this I wish would never end. Got me all lit up, shining out the sand. My wheels burn, and they learn right there, then.
I'm Van Hillman. It's my 6th Road Fools. I'm 24. I was selected, had the honors of picking 3 people for this trip. I picked Josh Stricker. A lot of people think he's a mess sometimes, which he can be, but I don't know, he has his act together more than people think. You know, finished school and always comes through with good video parts.
My name's Josh Stricker. This is my first Road Fools. I'm 24 years old, living in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, originally from California.
My next round draft pick was Ty Stiverson. Ride with him sometimes and have a lot of fun with him. He always makes me laugh and someone I like hanging out with. Someone that's always doing creative stuff on his bike.
I'm Ty Stiverson, 24 years old, from Erie, Pennsylvania. This is my first Road Fools.
Next I picked Chris Adamski. He was out in Philly for a while and I really got to know him. He's a really good rider, he's a really good guy.
Hi, my name's Chris Adamski. I'm 21 years old. This is my first Road Fools and I'm from Pittsburgh, PA.
It was really hard to just pick 3 people. To help narrow it down, I decided to bring people that had never been before. I wanted to bring people I could hang out with and ride with. This is Team Van on Road Fools 13.
My name is Matt Berenger. I'm from Layton, Utah. This is my 3rd Road Fools. My picks were Sean Elf Walters. He's one of my best friends. He likes to play pranks on people. He's always going to do something good when you go riding. I don't know what else to say about him.
Hello, my name is Sean Walters. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah, 26 years old. This is my first Road Fools.
And the next person I picked is Cameron Wood. Cameron's crazy. He's 360 anything. He's just a cool kid. I've known Cameron for about 4 years now.
Hi, my name is Cameron Wood. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm 19 years old, and this is my first Road Fools.
The next person I picked is Tim Fuzzy Hall. He was a local track hero when I was 7 years old.
One of my first bikes ever, man.
He's still rad. We didn't think he was going to come on this trip until he actually did, but now he's here.
Hey, I'm Tim Fuzzy Hall. I'm 33 years young. I'm from Kaysville, Utah, and this is my first Road Fools.
These are 3 people that I consider to be some of my best friends. It's the reason why we're all here.
My name is Steve Crandall. I'm 29 years old from Ithaca, New York, and I had the opportunity to invite 3 people on Road Fools 13. My first pick was Mike Tagliavento. I've known Mike since I was in 7th grade. I didn't really have any reason at all to pick him, but I'm so used to picking him to go on trips.
I'm Mike Tagliavento, 29 years old, live in Louisville, Kentucky. This will be my 3rd Road Fools trip.
The next person I picked was Phil Wasson. Phil's a real interesting person to be around. I enjoy hanging out with him, so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to travel some spots we haven't been to and do some riding and have a good time.
I'm Phil Wasson, 27 years old, from Kansas City, Missouri. This is my 2nd Road Fools.
Last person I picked was Derek Nelson. Derek lives about a half-hour away from where I live, sort of a local legend. Pretty much the last vestige of free thinkers in BMX as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, he's a unique character and I think he brings something pretty important to a Road Fools trip. He doesn't do things like anyone else, he kind of does his own thing, forges his own path, so to speak. Forges his own bikes too out of fucking iron ore.
I'm Derek Nelson, 21 years old, from Binghamton, New York. This is my first Road Fools.
I don't know, like Van said, it isn't easy picking 3 people out of all your friends and everybody you know to go on something like Road Fools, but hopefully it'll be a good time.
My name is Lou Caparelli. I'm 26 years old, and I picked this guy because nobody else would hang out with me.
And I'm Dennis McCoy, 37 years old, from Kansas City, Missouri. This is my first Road Fools.
Day 1, Road Fools. We got up really early, went to the Boulder Skate Park.
It was super fun. People were flying all around there, hitting the hips real big and stuff.
That Crandall's boy, Derek, has the most insane bike I've ever seen in my life.
You need to get this thing on a scale.
You know, actually weighs 50 pounds.
Heaviest bike ever.
It's not even chromoly, it's steel. I made it up a curb with it and I was really proud of myself.
This is insane.
The thing is, it's a mess, Derek, sorry.
Watching Derek riding his bike is really impressive, just what he's capable of doing on that.
No, you're not who they want to see your head.
Cameron was doing a lot of crazy things, and a lot of people don't really know who he is, so they're pretty surprised and impressed.
Last night, throw it away, gets traced back to you, the rest of your spill. Less they get paid on you, the less that I see, less they get used on you.
Highlights for me, Troy McMurray. Anytime I can ride with Troy McMurray, it's a highlight.
The cold, the lows, the bites, but keep it shut in under wraps, though you could have prevented all this way. Maybe now you're just one less weight they need. Drop to the floor, you can beg and plead. Luckily you're some fool that they don't hear. No, you're not who they want to see. You're here tonight. Just like the last night. Throw it away, get traced back to you. The less that you spill, less they get paid on you. The less that I see, less they can use. Hey, carrier, you're the barrier. It's all over. There's not a spark in this pitch dark. It's proof that luck is art. Now they know better. Way back where the light starts, where we got the live feed. Key cards to read. The hot, the fast, how they fly past. The night and day I come down, you look better. For a moment the rolls and last ditch. So what now? You sent away.
Wrecked my knee trying a dumb wall tap without my knee pads.
Throw it away, get traced back to you. The less that you spill, less they get paid on you. The less that I see, less they can use. Take it.
Then we moved on to the street session.
You're the barrier. It's all over.
Boulder, Colorado, hippies, tree police, are a little upset about us riding up the tree.
Scraped a little bark off the tree. It seemed to be a major issue.
Costed us $80. Thought we were gonna have to buy a whole tree. Wasn't too fun. Glad it's settled and done.
Gunshots and water blasts into a metaphor of how we are all the same. What does a lot of things that should be said so well. Hammer and six strings, machine gun in our devil voices. This is the party we came for. A new way of, a new way of, a new way of, a new way. We stand.
It started raining. We got stuck underneath this tree in the rain for a little bit.
Highlights for me, Elf's gap to second stage handrail in the rain. I remember saying, don't do it, it's not worth it, it's wet. It's no different. Gapped it.
Yeah, we rock, we rock, we rock, we rock to the new sensation. A new way.
I was trying to ride a quarter pipe thing and I bailed, rolled my ankle really bad. Hopefully I'll be able to ride by the end of the trip.
Matt did a really crazy ride over a sundial. Guess you gotta see it.
Day 2, went out and rode some street in downtown Denver.
If it was for me, I thought it would come so easy. Never realized life's just a series of lows and highs. I just want to create. It doesn't matter how I do it. Nobody ever said there's nothing to it.
Van Homan found this crazy gap. Actually, it's been in the making for about 4 years.
I actually tried it a few years ago and kind of got killed on it, so I was real scared.
First try, almost made it. Second try, just wrecked super bad. Van's thumb was bleeding, his hand was bleeding, elbow was bleeding. Sat down for a little bit. Didn't know he was going to get back up and do it again. Went right back at it. Pulled it perfect. It was awesome.
So happy.
If it was for me, I thought it would come so easy. Never realized life's just a series of lows and highs. Couldn't get it for free. Didn't want to have to try to do it. Nobody ever said there's nothing to it. Goosebumps been gone for way too long.
Day 3 started out great. Went to the V, which is a local spot here in Denver. The trails have been there a super long time, and Clay, one of the locals there, fixed it up for us, so thanks, Clay. Just had a great day of riding dirt.
If it was for me, I thought it would come so easy. Never realized life's just a series of lows and highs. Couldn't get it for free. Didn't want to have to try to do it. Nobody ever said there's nothing to it.
Oh yeah, Derek Nelson, I guess he didn't want to sit out and watch people ride, so he jumped the rhythm section with his foot off the whole time, riding around on that 50-pound bike. That was pretty funny.
You know, after the trails, we went to some crazy ditch that Troy McMurray told us about. One of the best ditches I've ever rode. Just a super high-speed canal, you know, to hit the wall ride was just so fun.
Flattered that you think I wore an ugliness. Gutter strain west might made a mess of us. It's time to leave this place. Trap that fits. It's all through your traps to find better you, a part of you that lasts. I saw through your trap and into my own wrist. Saw we were through, red ribbons spilled to blue. Sight to soul.
Saw Josh Stricker tear ass down this ditch and do a wall ride and almost get killed. I shit my pants watching that one.
There's waste of laughter, slow dance alone with no one to the sound of four hands clapping. Congratulations.
went to another ditch, inside some kind of apartment complex. It was a cool scene. Favorite part of day 3 was the hook, they called it, like a 3/4 pipe that you had to hop a fence to get to. That always adds to the excitement if you gotta illegally break into it.
You need a little more suppression of your appetite. This is your honeymoon. Separate rooms, it's neither sweet nor bright. I got this dress, I'm hiking it around this waste of laughter. Slow dance alone with no one to the sound of four hands clapping. Congratulations to you both, I hope somewhere you're happy. If there's a moral to this story, then I wish you show me.
Fuzzy's been talking about 360ing off a roof for years. He finally got his chance and he got a real good one. He was gonna go on the right side of this flagpole, but instead he over-rotated the tree a little bit, went between the flagpoles instead, still pulled it. Awesome. Probably one of the craziest things I've seen so far on the trip. Went to this crazy brick tranny.
It looked like it was gonna be a good little spot to session, and then out of nowhere it started raining out of the ground up into the sky.
This is the story you will tell, the kids will never have. If you hear this song 100 times, it still won't be enough. If you hear this song 100 times, it still won't be enough.
Damn close. That was gnarly.
Day 4, Denver, Colorado. We went Road Street. Rode some flyout/bank quarter pipe thing that they moved a dumpster onto, and apparently Stricker was so trashed the night before that he decided to abubica the dumpster, and that was pretty cool.
And then to cap that off, Behringer decided he'd backflip out of it.
Day 4, I found out that Fuzzy Hall's still my hero after all these years of riding a bike. There was this crazy... I'm so happy that You want me to just sit here and pretend that Crandall's not behind me with a bunny suit? Alright, I can't...
Well, I found a gap like 3 days before that I've been wanting to do, and every night I go into bed just thinking about it. Just a super far road gap basically is what it was, over like a 7-foot fence. Got it all ready, and boy was I nervous.
First time he jumped the gap, he got all handed and wrecked over the back end of the bike. Bike went flying out into the parking lot. Ended up wrecking his ankle pretty bad. Then Fuzzy got up, pulled it perfect. Couldn't have been any better. Looked like he was on a motorcycle flying through some dune or something.
Not much style, but I'm just stoked to get that over with, for sure.
Pretty exciting thing to see. Fuzzy's still on top of his game. We went to the school and there was like a ledge with a rail next to it. And Ty rode off the ledge onto the rail. He pulled it perfect, so we were all happy about that.
Today's day 5.
We rolled up to a place in Trinidad, Colorado. The spot was just amazing.
We pull up and basically no one's even there. It's like a ghost town.
Look at this place. This place totally rocks.
We spent the day having a great barbecue.
I got the grills out, just hung out at the skate park, cooked up a bunch of food. It was a good time. Had a couple beers, had a couple burgers. Guys were shredding. Saw DMC blasting huge carved tables in the big part of the bowl and fast nose wheelies.
Talk about electricity, eyes buzzing like a wire. And I could hardly hear you, oh, your voice got louder and higher. Your raven hair and your bright eyes, and the stars up there you hung. As you waltzed away, the taste of your name grew fainter on my tongue.
Derek did a sprocket stall.
Jumped up to disaster and rolled in, just kind of monster trucked over all this garbage and all these weeds and stuff.
He's always finding strange lines.
Now the night drops down through the branches all around my eyes. I used to be your favorite one, now I poison you inside. I bit you and I'm sorry, glad I sold my gun. As you waltzed away, the taste of your name grew fainter on my tongue. Shine just like a blackbird. Leave me standing like a scarecrow.
I was jacked up from my ankle injury, and so I just hung out at the barbecue and watched everyone.
At one point in time, an ambulance pulled up and Fuzzy hobbled over.
Yeah, Crandall was high-fiving the paramedics, you know?
I gave them a high five. They hooked me up. It was cool.
Everyone got denied, sent to the hospital.
Yeah, after Trinidad and barbecue, me and Joel took off for the ER room.
The cameraman went down, man.
In some small town where I don't even think the doctor, I think they had to call the doctor in to come and help us.
Ooh, that is good spring to it. I'm ready. Can you hear me all right? It hurts. Doesn't feel too good. Day 6, we got out, we rode this park, La Junta.
To a cement park where it was about 95 to 100 degrees.
Silver days, they never been good to me, and I could see I'm understanding
saw the Fuzzy Bunny pumping around the bowls.
In the heat, just cruising around, it was really funny.
We got back in the rig and drove to Salina. Found an awesome indoor park in there.
It's super hot again, but it was a really fun park. The locals are really cool, awesome vibe.
Rode around, drank some beers, hung out with the locals, had a good time.
It's not from me, and I'm understanding. So speak up, please. I don't wanna be a stranger in the Golden State, but it's just I didn't wanna travel alone that much. Tell me where the start is. You can tell me where your heart is. Oh, tell me where your heart is. Tell me where your heart is. Where your heart is. But don't say nothing. It's not from me, and I'm understanding. So speak up.
Oh my God, Dennis killed it. I did everything to fakie you could possibly do there.
I'm not sure at any point in my life I ever figured I'd see a bunny rabbit do a heel clicker. I'm very happy that I've lived long enough to see that.
Derek never ceases to amaze me. Bunny hopped his 90-pound bike up onto a ledge. I can't even bunny hop out onto the curb. Van Holman did probably the move of the night with a huge ice pick over this big wall to back over. This thing is hurting.
Day 7, got up and drove for quite a while. I guess it was about the longest drive of the trip so far.
Finally made it to Kansas City. Arrived in Kansas City, Missouri.
We showed up to one of Dennis's friends' house, and I've seen it in magazine pictures before, and it looks so fun.
His next door neighbor Brent and their family were cool enough to fire up the barbecue for some of their orgasmic slabs.
Cooked us up some food, that was pretty kick-ass.
Dennis was riding the vert ramp insane.
Big vert ramp there. It's cool to see DMC riding vert.
Watching Dennis ride vert was pretty cool, just blasting huge airs. But I'm still hurt, so I just watched the boys ride.
People were kind of like drinking and getting loose too. It was real fun.
We used to leave the blue lights on, and there was a beat. Ever since you have been gone, it's all caffeine free, faux punk fatigue, said it all before. They try to kick at their feet, fall asleep, get no harm done. No, none of them want to fight me. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. Fight off the lethargy. Don't go quietly. Come back, baby. Said you would never give up easy. Come back, baby. Come back. Get back in town.
One important realization I came to was how humid it is in Kansas City. I think I sweated out 17 beers.
Easy living crowd, so flat, said it all before. They try to kick at their feet, fall asleep. I want to be wrong, but no one here wants to fight me like you do. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. Fight off the lethargy.
Berenger in the bunny suit.
At one point in the day, I'm pretty sure I saw a guy in a pink bunny suit do a front flip over the box jump.
I mean, he was doing it like it was nothing.
How I miss your ranting.
Probably never would have figured I'd seen that at any time in my life. Unfortunately, Phil went down, dislocated his shoulder. That was a bit of a bummer. And then later that night, Cameron, I don't know exactly what he was thinking, but
Towards the end of the session, Cameron got this crazy idea to do a 360 off the vert ramp. I think Cameron had it in his mind that he was going to pull it, which is how you ride. You should always ride like that, but things didn't go so well for him.
broke his Berenger bars and his foot.
I think he was like just as pissed as he was hurt.
So again, we show up in the ER room.
The flat, baby.
Ended up going to the hospital for a couple of hours. Don't really know what happened.
That's our home away from home on this trip. It seems like, I didn't think it was broke. You know, it didn't look that bad to me, but I'm no doctor. And sure enough, the x-rays come out and he pretty much shattered his foot. It doesn't look too good, so he'll be out for a month and a half.
Some people ended up going street riding at downtown Kansas City, Missouri.
Hassan led us around the city on a beach cruiser.
Yo! Phil Wasson and DMC showed us around a little bit. Really rad to see Dennis riding street. He showed us some stuff from Ride On. He 3'd down a set of stairs. I think he did in 89 or 87. He did it again. It was probably the biggest set of stairs I've ever seen anyone 3.
Use that clip, motherfucker!
Found this kinked rail that Van and Tag went down. Van iced off the end of it, which was really awesome, and broke Galecki's tripod in half. I found these old sawhorses, started messing around on those things, and they were collapsing on me and going crazy. I was riding John Paul's bike.
Then we came over here to DMC's house. It's crazy. It's like a mansion. He's got a shower with like 5 heads pointing all over and stuff, and an awesome pool.
We got to session the pool for the first time.
Had a little pool party afterwards, hung out with this dude named Scooter.
Scooter, fucking warm in here.
Apparently it's Ryan Nyquist's older brother.
I got a backstroke like you don't believe.
I thought the bunny was going to make an appearance, but he didn't. But oddly enough, Ryan Nyquist's brother was in town. I missed him again. I missed him a few years back too. But
I think I saw him in slow-mo grab Puck and pull him right into the pool.
Perfect.
People were jumping off the balcony. It was insane.
Berenger finds one of the funnest things to do at the house was jump off the deck. So I got up there, and it was kind of scary, man.
I didn't think he was going to make it. No disrespect, Crandall, but that was dope. Crandall did the gap that I never thought I'd do, but one of these days I'm going to work up to it.
Little goat.
Yeah, technically speaking.
Yo!
Day 8, chilled at Dennis's house till like 4 in the afternoon. Did a 4-hour drive to St. Louis.
We got to St. Louis, checked into the motel.
Kid started riding for a long time, got out of the trailer and played a little CeeLo in front of the hotel.
Got a pretty late start and headed into St. Louis, Missouri, where we did some street riding, met up with some of the locals. They were nice enough to show us the spots.
Rode some really fun seawall thing. Dennis was contemplating riding down it.
See this perspective from up there, just to fuck with your head.
It was so high up there, like if you would have went a foot left, you would be falling 50 feet.
If you fell off one side, you died. That's all there was to it.
So, some people just hanging out on the waterfront offered somebody $50 to ride down it. Elf went up there and did it from like halfway up, and they gave him $50. It was pretty cool.
Ty rode like a champ the entire night. Went down pretty hard a couple times. He's pretty tough, right? Tough?
I'm tough enough. Found a trailer that was just backed up against a hill.
And they decided to put it up in front of the rail to maybe try the rail. One of our guides in St. Louis, this guy Tony, jumped off the trailer and over the rail, tossing the bike a couple times. He was going for it, man. It was crazy. Stricker ended up moving the trailer over a ways into the parking lot. Set it up once, jumped it pretty far, and then backed it up about 7-8 feet and jumped it real far. It was pretty awesome.
Pretty much just wrapped it up with that. Elf and Behringer continued on, and they ended up riding until 7 a.m.
Elf did this real cool gap to ice pick. Sunrise photo shoot is pretty awesome.
Day 9 is the last day of the trip.
Here we are, St. Louis, home of Nelly and the St. Lunatics, Rap Snacks and Pimp Juice.
We came to this amazing park called Ramp Riders. It's rider-owned.
Rider-owned park, kind of the last of a dying breed.
It was so humid up there, real hot, but everybody seemed to make the best of it. Everybody had a great time. It was the perfect sesh to end the trip.
13. Right there, biatch. Rope Oh, the best. The best. Right here.
Can't believe the trip's already over. I'd like to especially thank Matt. I can't believe he picked me out of any 3 riders. He picked me. I'm pretty honored. I thought it was great, even though I didn't get to ride much. I'd seen a lot of good stuff, seen a lot of good spots, and watched everybody else ride and learned a lot about them, and a little bit of their lives outside BMX is pretty awesome.
I'd totally like to thank Matt for inviting me on this trip. You know, I've known Matt since he was a little tiny kid. He was like that big, man. I'm just stoked. This has been a dream of mine for a long time since Prop started, and I finally got invited, and it's totally exactly what I thought it was going to be. You know, the one thing I did like is there was no schedule. That was just amazing that whatever happened, happened. I totally dug on that.
Watching all the different road fools when they've come out, I've always wondered to myself what it would be like to ride under with just so many people that are so good and every day just riding really hard. But it was like being at home, getting to ride with 3 of my best friends, so it really wasn't too different. But I got to meet a lot of people and learn a lot of new things. Got to watch Dennis McCoy ride, and it was awesome, and watch Derek ride a 50-pound bike. I got to thank Matt Berenger for inviting me because it was great.
I had a blast. Had a real good time, good spots, good friends, lots of good sessions. I'm real thankful to Props for giving me the opportunity to take a bunch of my friends on this trip. The crew couldn't have been better. It was real cool being with a bunch of old friends, meeting a couple new friends. Seeing Derek ride was amazing, meeting that guy. Definitely a creative individual.
I know Crandall because I started buying used parts off of him to build my custom frames and stuff like that. It's cool that he picked me. It was sort of weird, out of the blue. No reason really that I could tell of why he picked me, but he did. It's definitely a different experience. I'm glad I was able to come on the trip.
I guess I'd like to thank Crandall for inviting me. I think every park we went to on this trip was the first time for me. I think it was a good idea to have riders choose a couple people to go on the trip. Somehow everyone on the trip got along and seemed to work out pretty smoothly.
Traditionally speaking, I'm not usually a superstitious person, but it might be more to this whole bad luck 13 than I ever give it credit. You know, from day one, it seems like people just were getting hurt. It was, so Crandall invited me on this trip kind of last minute. Maybe I was a token Midwesterner, maybe not, but it's always good to hang out with Crandall. You know, he's such a funny character, and I was glad to see the bunny suit in full effect the entire time.
I knew the dudes that everyone else invited, and the guys that I invited, I thought, you know, obviously I thought they were pretty cool. I know the whole time, I'm pretty sure I laughed for 2 weeks straight. It was great, man. Riding bikes, hanging out, just doing the BMX. It was a real good time. And I guess after a trip like this, there's only one thing I can really say in the immortal words of Dennis McCoy: damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Well, I came on the Road Fools not really knowing what to think or expect. Kind of felt maybe there'd be a lot of pressure to, I don't know, just be crazy and do the craziest stuff, and there'd be strict schedules, but it was really nothing like that. I had a great time. Everybody's chill and mellow. Got to meet a couple people. I mean, pretty much knew everybody, especially Dennis. I met a handful of times, but never really got to know him. Never really knew he was such a character. He can talk somebody's ear off, man. Don't let him fool you.
I was at the Ghetto Street Comp when Van invited me to go to this amazing trip. Really didn't even believe him at first. Everybody got along. I think there's a good vibe the whole trip. DMC's always been a person that I've always looked up to for a long time now. And I finally got to go on a trip with him, hang out with him, get to know him better. Amazing people on this trip.
Can't really say anything that you viewers out there haven't heard a million times before, but what I can say is I was honored to be invited on this trip. Van invited me, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot more mellow than I expected, which was very good.
I think us picking people created a really good vibe. Crandall and Berenger picked out some guys, and I'd probably pick Crandall or Berenger, so then the people that they picked ended up being people I'd probably pick too. So everyone on the trip I really liked and got along with and motivated me, and it was really friggin' good. Friggin'.
If I take anything from this trip, it's that Steve Crandall and I should be brothers, because we go together like peas and carrots, dog. That's all I can say about that. Oh, hello! And Richard Kelly's gonna be on FBM. He's gonna get his own section. I think the video is gonna speak for itself, but hopefully it'll capture
What a good time everybody had. It was a good trip all in all. Thanks to Marco and Chris for bringing me on it. Actually, I just showed up and said I was coming. Peace out, homies.
Pine trees on fire, and the sky filled with black smoke. You left me standing in the black ash and leaves. The smoke jumpers sleep in heaps of exhaustion. They're good-looking kids, they're hard-working kids. And I see you when I'm dreaming. Your eyes are like laser, they shoot color